So Psalms 91, it starts by saying, verse 1, whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. So verse 1 talks about whoever dwells in the shelter of the Most High will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. Verse 1 talks about shelter. Will rest in the shadow of the Almighty. This is prayer. Prayer brings a shelter upon our lives. Prayer brings rest. So Psalms 91 starts with prayer. A prayerful person is an open check to anybody that will want to pray, will bother to pray, anybody that will kneel, anybody that will set out his heart or her heart to seek the face of God. You enter a place called shelter of the Most High, and then you begin to rest in the shadow of the Almighty. So there is a shadow that comes upon you when you begin to pray. Verses 2, I'll say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. So verse 2 depends on verse 1. When you begin to pray, God becomes your refuge and your fortress. So prayer activates some aspects in God, like He becomes a place. When you begin to pray, you begin to access spiritual places. Like it says, He is my refuge and my fortress. When you pray, God becomes your refuge and fortress. You can hide, places of hiding, a strong place where you can hide. Those who don't pray, they miss these things. You don't have a place to hide. You don't have a place to protect you. But verse 2 says, I'll say of the Lord, He is my refuge and my fortress, my God in whom I trust. So prayer brings you to a place of trust. You're confident about the protection of God, about the verse 3. Surely He'll save you from the fowler's snare and from the deadly pestilence. So prayer saves you from the following: the fowler's snare. There's some people who are out there to ensnare you spiritually. I'm speaking spiritually. There's some people who set traps for you to ensnare you spiritually. That's their work. Wicked people. And a fowler is like let me use a chicken. A chicken. People who trap chickens as birds. So there are snares that people can put in your path spiritually to ensnare you in things. Not every mistake you make in life is a coincidence. There's some blunders you make in business, blunders you make at home, blunders you make in your marriage, blunders you make all over the place. It's not by chance. Those are traps that somebody set out for you spiritually, and you get caught up in the natural. A pestilence is like a plague that affects, like COVID. Prayer is able to save you from a plague or a pestilence, a disease that can affect the entire community. Communicable diseases can be saved. You can be saved from them through prayer. Verses 4. He'll cover you with His feathers, and under His wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness will be your shield and rampart. So there is an enforcement of protection around you when you pray. Verse 5. You'll not fear the terror of night. So there is a terror of night. There are some spirits that bring fear and torment during the night. They walk during the night. They only operate during the night. And if you're not prayed up, these spirits will come to torment you in your sleep. Or the arrow that flies by day. Now there are arrows that flies by day. Arrows are words, curses. There's some people who speak curses over your life, and these curses, they are able to operate during the day, affecting your work, affecting your relationship. Have you ever discovered there are some things that happen to you at work or during the day that you don't understand? Those are arrows. And what are arrows? Spoken words, like curses, like spells. Verse 6. No, the pestilence that stalks in darkness. Yeah, we discussed earlier the pestilence that stalks in darkness. This is still the plague that we talked about. No, the plagues that destroy at midday. There's some diseases that operate during midday. Verse 7. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. So there's a protection. You are singled out and you're protected if you're a prayerful person. Verse 8 says, you'll only observe with your eyes and see the punishment of the wicked. So prayer is able to single you out, protect you. You see punishment on the wicked, but on your side you see protection and guidance. Verse 9, if you say, the Lord is my refuge, and you make the Most High your dwelling, so God becomes like a place for you to dwell. Verse 10 says, no harm will overtake you, no disaster will come near your tent. Enforcement and protection. 11 says, for he will command his angels concerning you to guide you in all your ways. Verse 11 talks about angelic help. Angelic help. Verse 12, they lift you up in their hands so that you will not strike your foot against a stone. So you won't stumble because of the angelic protection around your life. Verse 13 says, you will tread on the lion and the cobra. You'll trample the great lion and the serpent. One of the things is that you'll be able to defeat demons that devour. There are some demons that devour. You'll be able to defeat those demons, represented by the lion and the cobra. Cobra, these are lies. There are some lies that come up against you. You'll be able to defeat lies, devouring demons. So you are given grace to overcome deception. Verse 14, because he loves me, says the Lord, I'll rescue him. I'll protect him, for he acknowledges my name. So because of the love towards God, so God interprets your prayerfulness as love. And he says, I'll rescue him, I'll protect him, for he acknowledges my name. Each time you pray, each time you go before God, you're acknowledging that he is God. And you are assured of protection. Verse 15, he'll call on me and I'll answer him. I'll be with him in trouble. So when you pray, God answers you. I'll be with him in trouble. He's with you in trouble. I'll deliver him and honor him. With long life, I will satisfy him and show him my salvation. So if you keep on praying, honor will come to you. You'll be rescued out of trouble. And with long life, you'll be satisfied and you'll see the salvation of God. So look at Psalm 91, pray with it, and you'll see God working on your behalf.